And welcome back in to another episode of Tribal Council Chat. As always, we are your hosts. My name is Bruce Heller,
And my name's Brett Parnell.
and let's get started.
Yeah, so we have another bonus episode today. Last week, you all saw us do Bruce's Legends cast. So even though I'm back home, we're gonna jump on and do mine this week so we can complete the little bonus series.
Yep. So take it away.
I will. Bruce, it says you've disabled screen sharing.
1 second.
Thanks.
Now try.
All right, that looks good. Can you see my title?
Ooh, I like this. You have a whole presentation.
Yeah. I did this while I was sitting in the airport on my hands. But let's get to it. So just to go over how I decided to do my cast, the background of Cook Islands for the kind of layout. So it's 4 tribes of 5.
Interesting.
And then we are gonna go over exactly what I've casted for those tribes.
Yeah.
So this is all new. Um, oh, I'm gonna request again. No, I can change. We're all good. You can see everything?
Yep.
Right. So our first tribe, which I used I2 for, is what I call the chess masters.
Okay.
These are players that I thought would really approach the game through strategy and thinking 8 moves ahead and really approaching the game in an analytical and mathematical way going forward as legends. So basically, all 4 of my tribes are going to be very different types of players to see what mindset of survivor succeeds the best.
Oh, that's really cool, actually. I love that.
So, ready to get into the 5 that I picked as what I call chess masters?
Yep. Ooh,
We're going to
Fishback. I
start
love this.
with Stephen Fishbach, Tocantins, and Cambodia.
That is awesome. I love him. Great pick.
Next player on this tribe, Aubrey Bracco,
There you
Korong,
go.
Game Changers, and Edge of Extinction.
Solid choice.
Followed by Davey Rickenbacker, David versus
Ooh,
Goliath.
I love that. Someone that doesn't get talked about as often as he probably should.
I really picked him specifically in this spot because I'm like, in this tribe, everyone is going to think if I go DVG, I'm going for Christian. But I really think Davey fits in this role perfectly just as well. And he was my favorite player that season.
That is awesome.
Fourth player on that tribe, Eliza Orleans.
Ooh, interesting pick.
Player,
Wasn't expecting that.
Vanuatu, and Micronesia. And
That's
the
an
fifth
interesting
to
mix of
round out this
personalities.
tribe.
What?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Fifth player to round out this tribe. If we have Fishback, let's add Rob Sesternino. In my opinion, the greatest player to never win the game.
Oh, this is such a fun mix of personalities and gameplay. This is awesome.
Absolutely.
I love this. I love this. You're off to a great start.
So, what's your thoughts so far on this kind of like tribe breakdown?
I think Sesternino and Fish are gonna have to put effort into not being seen as a duo, but if they can kind of fly under the radar a little bit, those two will run everything on this tribe together.
Nice. So the next one, we're getting into Rarotonga tribe. Play the television first. So this is your tribe of characters for the season.
Okay.
You can't start a tribe of characters in a Legend season without Suri.
There you go. Solid pick.
Panama, Micronesia, Heroes versus Villains, and Game Changers.
Yep.
Legend of the
Forget
game.
all of them.
Second pick, Wu Huang.
Ooh, I was not expecting that. I kind of like
To my
it.
dad, I know he's his favorite castaway of all time and an amazing character from Cagayan.
I love that. Sprinting through the woods like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. And being the international student in a crazy family.
Yeah.
Next pick, also from David versus Goliath, Angelina Keeley.
Oh, that's a good one. She got rice for the tribe, I think. I'm not sure. She might have
Who did
mentioned
in
it a
this
couple
very
thousand
scene, I
times.
think.
Yeah. And the scene of her building a ladder is just hilarious.
Yes. Fourth character, Ben Coach Wade. I
Okay.
mean, when I think of crazy Survivor players, he's pretty much one of the most iconic.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to see him again, but I guess like he definitely fits into the legends category, and based on like what you're going for with this tribe, you can't leave him out of a tribe like this.
And the fifth player, now you will notice something I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but I tried to keep these tribes as realistic as I could to who I think would actually play again. This is one of my few picks coming up next that I'm not quite sure about, but I couldn't leave him out of a TV characters tribe. So let's round it off with Johnny Fairplay.
Oh, I think he would. He's doing a TV show right now for E Network, I believe. How fair play.
Definitely one of the most infamous villains and well-known characters in the history of Survivor, to the point that this very scene, the dead grandma, is even a video of it is held in the Smithsonian Museum.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's amazing. That's hilarious. Great pick
Remember
here.
Fairplay saying on a podcast, on a commentary for an episode, that it wasn't Rupert in the jungle, Rich forming an alliance, but it's him lying about his grandma that the Smithsonian Institute thought of as a piece of American history.
That's amazing. I both love and hate that at the same time.
So what do you think of this cast of characters?
And because this is what she always does, I kind of expect Suri to get her group and her friends and just kind of have that group run circles around everything. But I'm interested in seeing the Suri and coach dynamic because I feel like she's just not going to have any time for his nonsense, and it'll be hilarious.
Yes. And it would be interesting to see which side, say, some other people decide to join, whether they be players like, say, Fairplay.
Yeah, he's an interesting one here. I don't really know who to expect him to align with because I could see it going well or badly between him and a lot of this tribe.
Crooked Tribal, as I calls the big moves makers, hashtag big moves makers.
Oh,
These
nice.
are players that I consider legends for the move, as opposed to the strategists that I thought would take it slower, are really mathematical and thinking about the long game. These are players that have made some huge moves, been known on television, will be remembered as part of Survivor history, and that's what makes them legends.
Okay. So I like this. The first player that I have a player that comes to my mind for big moves. I'm gonna see if they make it or not.
All right, let me know who they are after and whether I pick them.
Yeah.
The first player that we have on the Big Moves tribe, Sierra Easton.
There it is.
Floating out
That
her
was
mom.
it. That's the first name that comes to my mind when I hear the phrase big moves. That's amazing.
That didn't take long.
No, I didn't think it would either. I figured it would probably be pretty early. That I love Sierra. She's great TV. Plays a little too aggressively at times to make it to the end and win, but she's great. I love her. Would love to see her come back again.
Second player on this tribe, Dominic
Ooh,
Abate, Ghost Island.
that's interesting. I like Ghost Island has a soft spot for me because it's the first season I ever watched when my mom got me into the show. And so Dom and Wendell running that season together. Dom's little beef / rivalry with Chris Noble, if you want to call it that.
That's why I put him on this tribe.
Nice. What's funny is Wendell gets remembered for the "you can't rap" against Chris Noble voting confessional, but it was Dom who had the beef with him the whole time.
Very true. Third player that is on this tribe, and I'm sure to no one's surprise here because you've heard me talk about this person as one of my favorites that hasn't came back yet, and that's Victoria.
Oh, there you go. That's a really good one. I love this tribe
Big
so
move
far.
being the line side, and then unfortunately, she just got taken out when Underwood was able to get Lauren's idol.
Yeah, this is my favorite tribe so far.
Next player, we're ready for a big surprise.
Yep.
We're about to represent the new era in this tribe,
Oh boy.
and that's Jesse.
Yes, I love that we're including Jesse in this. I thought about the new era in some of mine. It's just I couldn't. There's no one that I wanted to remove from mine to put new era plays in there. But I love Jesse. He killed it in 43. Honestly, he was the best player of 43, gameplay wise. He just didn't manage it to that level very well.
Absolutely, I agree. He's one of two of players from the new era that's represented on my Legends cast. There'll be one more coming up.
Oh, nice.
And then final pick for the Big Moves tribe, Natalie Bolton, blast from the past.
And I love that your pick
getting the necklace off Eric. And I mean, she's been in contention to come back so many times. It never worked out. We need to see her. I know she's still friends with Parvati, so she's still got to have some sort of in. Yeah. I'm sure casting would know how to contact her if they did something like this.
It was an alternate on Heroes versus Villains to the point where you can look up and find it somewhere. They had a cast picture of her for Heroes versus Villains.
When I was making this slide.
Nice. Yeah, I love that this picture is her jury question too, which was just so bizarre and random. But
yeah. And I want to ask you, you've probably figured out it's Legends. I'm missing something, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
The Favres and Robs of the world that are just the giant names. Yep, there it is.
Tribe, the champions.
There
I decided to put, rather than scattering winners through it and making them a target, there is one tribe of winners on this Legend season. Though, like you say, or like I said earlier, not all of those names are going to be here because I wanted to try to keep it what I thought at least was realistic. I personally don't see us say Tyson or Rob ever playing again, but who knows?
Yeah, I would agree.
Let's start this tribe off. We can't talk about the champions without the greatest of all time.
Oh yeah,
Parvati Shallow.
Parvati. I mean, what more can you say? In both of our opinions, she's the GOAT. Best to ever do it. Honestly, won on her second season, but I feel like her game on her third season, Heroes versus Villains, might have been even better than her winning game. Which is weird to say, but this tribe is off to a fun start.
Ready for another new era player?
Yep.
We're on the champions tribe, Yam Yam Muracho.
Oh, Jam Jam, I love this. What a fun personality.
Yeah.
Pretty much always smiling all season.
I'd love to see someone that played the game the way he did come back with some of these winners that played either in Winners at War or before Winners at War.
And honestly, and this is occurring to me right now, just based off of like a personality and energy wise, not even anything gameplay related. Let's get Jam Jam and Sifu on a beach together,
That'd be great.
right? Nothing but smiles and
Absolutely.
fun the whole time.
And also, I love the fact of having the first Puerto Rican winner to be in my tribe.
Yeah, well, isn't Sandra Puerto Rican?
Well, Puerto Rican American. I mean, he's from San Juan.
Okay, fair enough.
Somewhere that, out of coincidence, I have a cruise booked out of coming up.
Nice.
All right. So our next winner, Sarah Lucina. In my opinion, one of the best strategic games of all time.
Yeah, her game in 34 Game Changers is really good, especially from the merge forward. And in Winners at War, she plays a great second fiddle to Tony, kind of keeping it, well, doing her best to keep his paranoia and craziness in check at a manageable level. And so it'd be fun to see her come back a fourth time.
Yeah. Now, going forward, you saw me include Yam Yam. I know you talked about last week, and I really wanted to keep the same thing when I did mine of not repeating Winners at War completely with our winner picks.
Yeah.
So I just had what I said was the best strategic game of all time in Sarah. I had the best overall game player in Parvati. Now we're going to the best physical game of all time, and that's Mike.
Oh, I love this. Mike Holloway is awesome. Such a fun character. Makes some gameplay mistakes that kind of put his back against the wall, but he does what it takes to get to the end, even with his back against the wall. And this
Completely agree.
Worlds Apart as a season kind of gets a bad rep because of some not so likable characters like the Wills and Dans and Rodneys, but it's got some really fun characters too, like Mike, like Jen, like Haley.
Yeah, Mike, Carolyn, Jen, Haley,
Yeah,
all come to mind.
yeah. Awesome pick. I like it.
I had to pick a picture for this of Jeff giving him the individual immunity necklace because I mean that's what he's known for.
Yeah, well, it happened 1,000 times that season. It's only fair that that's the picture here.
And then that gives us 19, one pick left. You all know who it's going to be. The Queen of Hoboken, New Jersey, Michelle Fitzgerald.
Nice. Awesome picture. I like the black and white. Great pick.
Yeah, for the cast photo for Winners at War. Coming back, maybe it's a 26-day season now, but maybe if it ever happened that Michelle gets another chance, maybe your favorite and my favorite get a chance to like share a record. Amanda can have the most days ever played. Michelle can have the most episodes ever played before they got voted out.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I'd be interested in seeing that happen. And she could do it too.
Absolutely. It would be tough to break the days just because they're down to 26 now, but she could definitely get to the top 7 of this season and then break Amanda's record for surviving the most votes.
Yeah, for sure. I love this cast overall. This is great.
Wraps up my cast. So what's your thoughts about, I guess I didn't ask you what your thoughts were about the starting with the Big Moves tribe. I know you said that was your favorite so far at that point.
Yeah. So after hearing all the tribes, the green tribe of the Big Moves people is probably my favorite, just mix of personalities. There are players on other tribes that I probably like better as players, but as a tribe, the green tribe, the Big Moves tribe is my favorite tribe. I mean, Natalie Bolton, Victoria Beaumont, Sierra Easton, Dominic Abate all together. It's such a fun group. I love it so much.
And what's your thoughts
on what? You cut out. What were my thoughts on what? Overall, this is just an awesome cast. I love each of the tribes. The Champions tribe is also stacked. I mean, you have the best player ever in Parvati, probably the best new era winner with Jam Jam, best strategic game with Sarah, and then the best physical and social games with Mike and Michelle. So I mean, that
Yeah.
tribe is going to be really hard to beat.
Actually, so you just see how the sim broke down.
Yep.
Close this.
Sorry for those of you listening to this on audio. He's currently closing his PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, so it's a bit slow. There we go. All right, so I'm going to slide that down here. Now, as we know about, oh, I'm going to show again. You can see my desktop now, right?
Yeah.
Great. So as we know about Cook Islands, we have a swap early on in that season, as I'm sure you remember.
Yeah, it was super early. It was like the second or third episode, I want to say.
Yeah. So we do that, and when this loads, I'm gonna get your results. There we go.
Oh, this is fun. Oh, what popped up in the way? So these are our two new tribes.
These are our two new tribes after 2 episodes.
So Sester, Nino, and Fishback stay together. That's awesome. We see Michelle and Aubrey get reunited, which is funny. We have three of the.
Aubrey and Victoria get reunited.
Yeah, true. And we see the three girls from the Big Moves tribe of Sierra, Natalie, and Victoria all stay together. And it looks like that's the only group of three from one tribe on this new group 2 tribe. So the three
Coach,
of them.
Fairplay, and Woo.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking about the group 2 tribe.
Oh, yeah.
Group 1, yeah, Coach, Fairplay, and Woo if they can stick together. And then you've got another three with Davy, Sesternino, and Fishback. These are fun tribes here. I like this.
I also see the one thing that you didn't mention that I noticed right away is Suri and Lucina. After they had a little bit of an awkward interaction in Suri's last tribal, is now back together.
Oh, true. I forgot about that. That's interesting too. Lots of great dynamics going on here.
There we go. Now I'm going to close that and pull up the next one. Now I should just say I forgot to get a screenshot of one thing, but go to Exile. As you know that in Cook Islands, there's a super idol on Exile, and Eliza now has the super idol in this game.
Oh, that's great.
Votes, but this one was obviously my favorite. That's 3 votes Aubrey, 2 votes Michelle, 1 vote left. Just imagine seeing that on TV in a pre-merge.
Yeah, that's funny. They're just always destined to be on opposite sides, I guess.
And Aubrey goes home in this vote. And then now we have the merge tribe. What's your thoughts on that?
Wow, lots of big names missed the merge, sadly. But we also have some really cool players make the merge. Now, 4 out of the.
In case people didn't pick it up too when we talked about the swap, the 2 players that went home before the swap were Parvati and Dominic.
Oh, that hurts. So
Yeah.
4 of the 5 original players from the Big Moves tribe made it to the swap. And of those 4, only 2 of them made the merge. Never mind. I didn't see Jesse there for a second. Victoria and Jesse both make the merge. Probably rooting for one of those 2 or Fishback because I love Fishback also. But our merge tribe is Coach, Suri, Davy, Eliza, Jesse, Fairplay, Michelle, Fishback, and Victoria. This is a fun bunch.
And that makes Michelle the last surviving winner on the day of the merge.
Yeah, she's getting targeted, I bet.
We will keep going and find out. And we have our final three. So, how you said she was getting targeted, Michelle went home at 6.
Oh wow, longer than I expected. So we've got Cirie, Jessie, and Fish back in the final three. This is awesome. Hopefully Jessie pulls it out. That's who I'm rooting for.
And the winner is, you got it,
Hey, wow.
Jessie
5,
Lopez.
4, 1. Nice.
A new era player winning a legend season with mostly new school players.
All the people that complain about the 26-day seasons and it's Survivor light or is it's not as hard, their minds would explode watching Jessie win this season, and that's hilarious.
I mean, he's probably one of the few new era players that I think strategically could do it.
Yeah, for sure. That's all. That's the boot order is really rough early on. I mean, the first 5 boots are Parvati, Dominic, Sierra, Natalie Bolton, and Sesternino. And that's rough. But having Jessie, Cirie, Fishback, and Victoria be the final 4 kind of makes up for it.
It overall was a great season. And again, one other thing that I forgot to record, fan favorite of the season was Cirie. Fitting. Go
Go
vote
figure.
for the Big Brother fan favorite right now if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
That's my cast.
That's a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
want to see this season now.
same. Any overarching thoughts on the way the season worked out? Or anything you'd like to see? Any changes you'd make?
No, this is awesome. I love this. I love your tribe divisions, how it's based on gameplay. Whereas mine was just winners versus non-winners. And I went with a lot of the big names and like people that are fan favorites because they've played a bunch of times. And you threw a few people in here that have played only once, or people like Sierra that have played a few times but don't have the big name like a Andrea or like a Rupert or a Rod, you know. So you've got a full cast of legends, but it's people you wouldn't necessarily expect to see either.
That's exactly the point. So, do you want to get into Ally Blindside First Boot before we wrap up?
Sure. So I will go with 3 people off of your cast, and I will go with Jessie, Sierra, and Fish.
I like that one. I'm going to ally with Fish. I said in my audition that he'd be one of the 2 players that I think I'd play most like, so it's a good fit.
Yeah.
And also we have a similar mindset towards approaching the game and which players to keep and which players to get rid of.
True.
I'm gonna blindside Sierra. I think that she'd be very useful to go far within the game, but if you could take her out at the right time and she would then turn around and support you at final. And that leaves me to first boot Jessie, who won when we simmed it. He won the season and is one of the best, probably the best strategic player of the new era, but one of the best that we can recall of all time.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with those picks.
Okay. So let me quickly take a look. The names I'm going to give you for this season are, let's do from the, I'm trying to think of some names I haven't used much yet. Let's go from the Chess Masters tribe, Rob Cesternino. From the Big Moves Tribe, Damabate, and from the Winners Tribe, Sarah Lucina.
So first boot Sarah, and she's the only winner here. The other two, I don't really feel good about my chances with at the end either way. So I guess what I'll say is I'll blindside Dumb and go to the end with Sesternino because 39 days or 26 days on the beach with Sesternino gives me a lot of time to give him the pitch of adding our show to his podcast network. So
That would be great.
I mean,
love
I
it.
don't know how else to separate those two. They're both really good, really smart, strategic players. So at least with going to the end with Sesternino gives me a chance to accomplish something that benefits me and the show.
Well, that was a lot of fun. We'll definitely do something like this again when I'm on vacation. At least next year. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do one when you have a guest host in a few weeks because I'll be on a cruise ship. So Wi-Fi is not, I don't even think Zoom will work on there. But at least next year, if I'm away for a week or so, we'll do another similar type of thing because these last two shows was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, that is all we have for you guys. So grab your torches and head back to camp. Bye, guys.